This event, one fall with a 10-minute time limit. In the red corner to my right, Rob Rick Steiner. And across the ring in the blue corner from Atlanta, Georgia, Jake the Snake. Your referee, Tommy Gilbert.
Jake the Snake Roberts, the man with the feared DDT, the single most deadly weapon in professional wrestling, as he prepares to go one-on-one with the All-American and former Big Ten amateur champion from the University of Michigan, Rob Rick Steiner.
Collar and elbow tie-up. Rob Rick Steiner with a display of strength there. Jake the Snake with a sly smile. He's been, I guarantee you what, Jim, Jake the Snake is tied up with some of the strongest men in professional wrestling, and he has come out on top in many occasions. He's taken his lumps and his bruises, and he's been beaten up by that mask of humongous lately. But Jake the Snake, with that wily mind of his, always seems to figure out a way to come out on top. Now you notice he's not wearing that mask in the ring. He only wears it when he goes up against humongous, and I think that that is certainly admirable. Because, and even when he does wear that mask, I've noticed that he uses it as a protective gear instead of a weapon.
Well, Sir Oliver Humperdinck certainly has humongous prime to use his mask as a weapon, as we see Rob Rick Steiner, who with a tremendous amateur background, with that right hand you will not find in the wrestling room at the University of Michigan or anywhere else. Jake the Snake Roberts, a master of leverage, strategy, and that ominous-looking headgear is staring at us on the corner ring post, as this crowd is obviously solidly behind the man with the DDT, and they do love the DDT. You'll see DDT shirts, and when he goes to the ring, man, they chant it, and it makes the rafters shake in virtually every arena in the Mid-South.
Well, Rick Steiner turns his attention to Jake the Snake and goes into a test of strength with the Snake. I'm sure the Snake wouldn't have put himself in this situation.
Well, I talked to Rob Rick Steiner, Joel. Bo Schembechler recruited him to play football at Michigan. He opted to wrestle, very successful in that as an All-American. He's a rookie, ladies and gentlemen, with a tremendous future, but rookies oftentimes, Joel, have a hard time against the man with the DDT, as Jake used the ropes for leverage.
That's a key word there, Jim, leverage. Every time you talk about Jake the Snake, you've got to bring up that point, because that man knows how to use his leverage. It's a great tool in amateur wrestling, and I'm sure Rob Rick Steiner had to deal with it as well. Jake the Snake breaking off that.
Well, he had a little verbal confrontation there with Tommy Gilbert, and to Tommy Gilbert's defense, that was the correct maneuver. The official had to make him break. He did use the ropes to gain an offensive advantage.
Back into that collar and elbow tie-up of Jake. Beautiful headlock takedown. Rick Steiner using the hair there. It hasn't taken Rick Steiner long to figure out that you can take a shortcut now and then to get to where you want to be. But Jake the Snake has been down that road a couple of times too. And he will do just whatever it takes. Look at Jake. Would I lie to you, referee? Another headlock takedown.
Very well executed by Jake the Snake Roberts. Don't forget, coming up, we'll have a special statement from Hot Stuff Eddie Gilbert and Sir Oliver Humperdinck, and we'll also see the Mid-South Tag Team Champions in action.
Rick Steiner. A lot of strength utilized there, managing to take Jake the Snake back into the predicament. Both men now back up to their feet. Whoa, a hard shoulder smash off the ropes. Jake really caught him, but it looked like Jake hurt himself too. Rick Steiner's like a human brick wall. Again, Jake the Snake.
He's utilized that maneuver, Joel, 3 or 4 times now very effectively, and I think that's the mark of a veteran. Until Rick Steiner figures out a defense or a counter, I'm sure Jake will go right back to that same maneuver once again.
Well, Jake is making this thing. Whoa, wait a minute. Rick Steiner turns it around and hits him the back suplex. Jake gets up slowly, but he's in a lot of pain. A lot of people don't realize just how hard that wrestling ring really is. A couple of minutes against Jake the Snake and Rob Ricksteiner, and you can find out in a hurry just how hard it is. Jake the Snake trying to clap the forearms over the ears.
Well, this is a very effective maneuver for Rick Steiner with a low center of gravity and tremendous upper body strength that he possesses. He's really got the bear hug locked in, a very simplistic maneuver, but at the same time, a very physical one. He's got those big arms right under the rib cage.
Well, we're seeing the basics in action here for certain. But Jake's not the kind of wrestler that keeps his distance from a man unless he's using it tactically. He'll tie up with you and use that leverage that we've talked about.
Well, Rick Steiner was talking to the crowd when he should have been watching his opponent, and Jake Roberts once again used the ropes with a thunderous knee lift.
The fans are already on their feet, calling for the DDT. They could sense it, but at that point, it just wasn't right. Jake the Snake did not have Rick Steiner where he wanted him. And to be frank with you, he's really going to have to put a lot of punishment to this man in order to get him set up for that DDT. Because I'm sure as an amateur, Rick Steiner has had a lot of experience with front face locks, which is what sets up the DDT. And Jake caught the ropes, manages to get that foot up in the air, kicked him with that big boot. Jake goes behind. He slips it around, yes!
DDT par excellence right there. Nobody gets up from that one. Jake Roberts had to reach way down. The winner of the match, Jake the Snake Roberts with his patented DDT. And we'll be back with a talk with Hot Stuff and Sir Oliver right after this.